here with Louise from the Costume Buyers Club. Hi, Louise.
Hi, Sally. Happy Monday. How you going?
Really good. I'm so excited to talk to you today about the Costume Buyers Club and how it can help studios. So tell me a bit more about it.
Sure. Well, I guess the best way to describe it is that it's the Costco of dance costumes. So, like the Costco principle, you have a membership for Costco, and Costco distributes the bulk buying power discounts to all of the members. So, it works pretty much the same way.
Okay, cool. So, in terms of studio owners who want to get costumes at a reasonable price, which let's face it is an issue worldwide at the moment, tell me
100%.
how this particular model works. Like, what do they do? What are the costs involved? What's the process? Give me a bit of a run through.
Sure. So there are, first of all, you sign up for your membership. And what the membership covers is basically our work as the Costume Buyers Club team. So that takes care of all of the administration nuts and bolts. So hosting the site, dealing with the suppliers, picking out the costumes, all of the stuff that goes along with that. But then once you've got your membership in place, uh, it's a very simple setup on the website, and you go in, you order your costumes. It will give you a full price, and then it will actually stagger down for volume discounts to the bottom price, which is 200 plus. Then what happens is that at checkout, you have a code as a member, you pay 50% of the top price. The order window closes, so we have four order windows in 2025. We then calculate how many of each costume we got and apply those discounts. We then send our members the invoice for the balance with the discounts applied. So the idea being that I have myself sourced my costumes from China for a very long time, had my wish moments, my this is what I ordered, this is what I bought. I think I've kept some of those. I'll have to drag them out to show some of the horror stories. You very quickly work out who are verified suppliers and who obviously manufacture in bulk for bigger brands. And I've developed relationships with those. Now, although I have beautiful relationships with them, and I've ordered from them myself for 10 years, quantity's king. So it doesn't matter how much they like you. If you're not ordering 100 costumes, you're not going to get a bulk buy discount. And I got to thinking, well, if we all banded together and we actually put this order through as one lot with all of the studios actually buying in one lot, it becomes cheaper for everybody. And in most cases, that's up to $20 per costume.
Wow, what a saving. And I love this principle of we're all stronger working together. So this is such a great community, like spirited thing for dance studio owners who historically we've been very siloed. This is a great way for us to come together and all benefit. I love it.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And you know, like we know the industry, and we know there's a bit of gatekeeping, and we don't want to tell the studio down the road our marketing strategy or, anything like that. And that's all fair enough. And we all have our special sauce that we keep to ourselves. But in this instance, there is no way that we can drive down the cost of costumes, unless we're working together.
Yeah. Yeah, love that. So tell me a bit more about your history. So you're a studio owner and you've found these suppliers through your own research, is that right?
That's right. I was very fortunate. I've been a studio owner for 25 years, and I was very fortunate to have some high level training. And in part of that training, it was how to source and contacts for Chinese suppliers. So I was very, very lucky to be in a position where I could afford to get that training. But in my journey, I also facilitate, again, my community mindedness. I also facilitate a version of the Nutcracker that I do here every year. I'm from Newcastle, and it encompasses all choreographers from all different studios, all working together again on a community project. And in talking to them, I realized that the knowledge around where to actually source decent costumes is lacking. And so I helped them out in bits and pieces. And that got me to thinking, we could really help each other out, because not only does this help the studio owners save money, it helps me because I'm going to benefit from putting that order through for 200 costumes rather than my class of 15, and I'm going to save $20 a unit as well. I was lucky in that time as well to be on some other paths and do some other training in logistics and in e-commerce. So I just put all of that together and went, it's time we work together and work smarter.
I love that. That's so good. And let's face it, the real winner then ends up being our customers, right? As dance studios, it becomes a point of difference that our costumes are affordable for our customers too.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's not going to be long if something doesn't change, if something doesn't disrupt, and I'm disrupting, and that comes with its challenges, but I've got broad shoulders. And if something doesn't change, it's not going to be long before the costumes are actually unaffordable for our parents. And then there's no concert, and then there's nothing to get us through January. Like, this
Yeah.
is where we're heading at a fast rate. So yeah, it really got me thinking we've got to do something here.
Okay. So tell me, you said before that there've been horror stories, and I'm sure every studio owner has had this thing of this is what I ordered, this is what I got. How do we make sure, how do we know that the costumes we're buying from the Costume Buyers Club are going to be of good quality?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, there is nothing on the site from suppliers that I have not vetted and have not held in my hand. So there is an element, and it's very tricky, particularly on the Chinese websites. There is an element of everybody uses the same picture. So you might see that picture 20 times when you're doing a search, and you'll see, some's at $40 and some's at $12. And I'll just order the $12 one. Well, you're getting a knockoff there. So yeah, it takes research, and it takes a lot of time in building those relationships and testing the products. So I've spent a lot of money on making sure that, apart from the ones that I've worked with, if I consider another supplier, that I get samples of their work so that I can check it all out and talk to people who've used them and, check their quality, because nobody wants anything falling apart.
No, no. And I guess that's the part of the joy and the peace of mind of the Costume Buyers Club is that we know our membership covers the fact that you've done that work for us. And so there are no
100%.
hidden
Yeah.
surprises.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so tell me, so I know you're based in Australia, so am I. Is the Costume Buyers Club available to studios worldwide?
Yes, it is. So we're very excited at the buzz that's been around it since we've released it. And we've had people from all corners of the globe reach out to us. And yeah, we have worked on the logistics on how we can actually do this worldwide. So it was a little bit faster than what I was expecting. But, hey, you say yes and you work out how later. So we did.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. A lot of studio owners, I imagine, can relate to that too.
Yeah.
Tell me about, which is often a bugbear for a lot of studio owners. Tell me about shipping. How does that work in with the costume costs and the Costume Buyers Club?
Sure. So first of all, I need to make the point that I don't actually put retail markup on these costumes. So included in the price is the international shipping to get it to Costume Buyers headquarters in Australia, and the handling of actually consolidating your order and putting it into a box from 10 different suppliers, which is amazing. So,
Yeah.
you've got the big choice, and then we sort out the logistics for you. And then, so the cost is domestic shipping from us in Newcastle, New South Wales, to wherever you are in Australia. And that will obviously be dependent on how much you ordered and what the weight is. We work that out once you've actually finalized your order and that's gone through, and we calculate the shipping and add that to the invoice that we send you about 5 days after the window has closed.
Okay. Cool. And then obviously, if you're an international studio, that works similarly.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, in some cases, it can be sent direct. In in other cases, it needs to come to us, and then we ship it. And it's ridiculous to think that it goes halfway around the world and gets to us and then goes back. But uh, tariffs have changed the game somewhat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But
yeah,
obviously, the way you're looking at it is how can we make that work the best for studio owners, no matter where they're located?
exactly.
Yeah, amazing. That's great. So tell me, in terms of the traditional way that studio owners bought costumes compared to the Costume Buyers Club, what are the benefits? Like, why should studio owners go with what you're doing as opposed to what they've been doing traditionally?
Well, first of all, because the costumes are wholesale to start with. And secondly, because we've spent a lot of time on the platform to make it as less clunky as what we possibly can. So a lot of the, I guess, the appeal of being able to order from big costume companies is you can do it online at 2 o'clock in the morning if that's what you want to do. And there's no you have to fill out like a sheet and then scan it in and then send it. And did you get it? No, I didn't. And send it again and then ring up and pay. And, you can do it all online.
Yeah,
Right? So nice and easy. And then you get your invoice sent by link. So you can also do that at 4 o'clock in the morning, should you wish to.
yeah,
So that's one big advantage. But then obviously the advantage of you've budgeted for a $55 costume that has suddenly become a $34 costume times the amount of costumes that you've ordered. That's a massive
yeah.
saving.
That's amazing, really amazing. So tell me, I've had a look through Costume Buyers Club and I can see there are different tiers of memberships. Can you
Yes.
explain how that works?
Yes. So basic is our entry level, and that gives you checkout access to everything on the site so that you can process your order. You will get your size charts. We also have an auto sizer, so that's really handy. It's spreadsheets that are formulated, so you just put the measurements in and it will spit out the size for that particular
Oh,
costume.
amazing.
Yes, so you don't have to sit there with the physical charts and work everything out. I have a very, very clever IT person that works for me, and that is such a time saver. We've all
Yeah,
done
that's
it. We've all
amazing.
sat
That
there.
alone.
Yeah. Then you also get a code which you put in at checkout, which brings your order down to 50% when you put it through. That is basic. So everything on the site is available to you. You order within your time window. You get to select which time window you'd like, and then that process starts. Contributor is giving people the option to contribute to what they would like to see on the site. So there is a form that can be submitted, and a studio might go, "Hey, I'd really like to see a clown costume on here," or "I'd like to see an Annie costume." So the idea with Contributor is that our members are helping us shape the costume choices that are available on the site. The last one is enterprise. So enterprise is your top level, and that also allows you the scope to be able to design and sample custom costumes that do not appear on our site. They're exclusive to you. So if you were, say, a comp team and you didn't want to see your costume in the next group, you wanted it to be a bespoke costume, Enterprise would be the one for you. So then you have your own account manager. We go back and forth with the factories, get you your samples, get you your pricing, all of that stuff that is just for you, and get the manufacturing done for you.
Amazing. So there's a solution literally for everyone, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So the only other question I've got, and I know that's going to be a question for other studio owners, is talk to me about the delivery windows. How do they work?
Sure. So obviously, there's an amount of time that we need for production, which is usually between 6 to 8 weeks. I've made it 8 weeks because it's better to, overpromise it, the other way around, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. The old under promise, over deliver. Totally.
That's right. That's right. So what happens is that we have a delivery window. So say for the first one, that closes on August 11th. Within the next couple of days, you'll get your invoice for the balance and you pay that. That then goes 7 days after the window closes through to the manufacturer. They produce it, they send it back to us, we pack it, it goes to you within those 8 weeks. So that's the way that it works. So it depends on when your show is as to what window is going to be best for you. And that's not to say that you can't split it up over a couple of windows. So if you wanted to do your seniors and your intermediate students in window one, then you went, okay, I'll do junior and preschool in window two and my accessories. Great. We have 3 windows that are going to work for Australian studio owners. We have August, we have early September, and we have mid-September. Those will all get, August will get delivered in October, and the other 2 windows will get delivered early November and mid-November. So there's 3 options there. We also then go into the other hemisphere. December, we look at uniforms for Australian and New Zealand studio owners. So we are releasing a uniform range
Oh,
that can be custom.
exciting.
Yeah. And then obviously the Northern Hemisphere usually do their shows somewhere between May and August. So there are 3 windows that will actually service those coming into 2026.
Amazing. Oh, wow, you got all bases covered.
Yeah, well, we try.
Amazing. All right. That's like, I'm loving this concept so much. And I just think there is such an opportunity, especially right now when studios are finding it hard to find affordable costumes with affordable delivery, where they're not having to overcharge their parents who are also struggling financially, right? It's
Oh,
such a great solution for dance studios right now. So I'm really excited to see where this goes.
yeah, me too. And look, it's not rocket science. It's just that someone had to go, let's build the platform where we can all work together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put my hand up and went, let's do it.
Nice. It's amazing. So thank you so much. And thank you for speaking to me today. It was amazing to speak to you about all things Costume Buyers Club. For anyone who's watching this, there is a discount in the description if you want 10% off your first year's membership with the Costume Buyers Club. So check it out. And thanks, Louise, for chatting with me.
Thank you so much for having me, Sally.